Winter Championship in South America, and Lores with Pearl here.
Yeah, we saw the replays on the pre-show for when we talked briefly about Lores, and he was playing, of course, today earlier the Pearl. Don't typically see the black color scheme coming out on Pearl.
Huh, that's, yeah, I mean, I suppose. It could also just be like oh, we're going to Demon Island? All right, there
That's
we go.
true.
Although there's a lot of ways to work around that aspect, but I mean, you know, players like to feel like they're wearing camouflage depending on the map that they're on. Here we go, game number 1. Down sig coming out from West does not quite hit. Goes with the neutral sig instead because I guess like going for a dodge up read. And there's those down sig. So a few notes on we didn't get to see too much of Kaya in the European segment earlier today, but some things to talk about is that like on bow, the neutral signature, you can't let it rip quite as fast as you used to. There's a little bit more startup onto that. And then the down signature as well, a little bit more punish if you don't get it to connect. So we'll see if that happens. Like right there, once Laura's committed to it, it's a shame he pivoted it because I think that would have just knocked out. Very easy to punish for Wess.
Oh, he punished that very quickly as well. He was very familiar with the spacing and timing on that, exactly when he could punish as quickly as possible. And he punished it for the KO, getting the first stock here. About a minute 10 into this game. We are here on the Demon Island, and that was a KO off the top.
Yeah, which was surprising to me. Nice there. Gets that knockout real quick. But it was surprising to me because it was like, man, he had to have a lot of damage on Lores for D-Light recovery on boots to knock out. Gets the knockout, pick up side stick, goes to the recovery, and Lores edgeguard opportunity, doesn't quite get it, and they both fall on each other stacked, and their moves move their character models too far forward for them to connect on each other, and they go back to neutral. Let's see whose game plan works out here as Lores gets hit by the Sair, and Wess slide charges that down sig out, Sairs him into the wall, and Lores going to be going down the same way that Wess does. That's 2 Sairs into the wall now, and Lores makes it back. Gravity cancel down light, neutral light, D-Light, neutral light. Again, nice nair as well. Lores really tacking on a ton of damage with the bow after that recovery.
I love D-Light in light and just trying to hit that multiple times. It's super easy to hit. It's a decent amount of damage. It has some good force on it. It's not going to be anything like a D-Light recovery. If you're killing with D-Light in light, you're probably taking a little bit too long, maybe a medium bit too long. But just adding up that damage quickly, D-Light in light, reset D-Light in light, that's like a wake-up call. That's a shot of adrenaline to your opponent that they are not ready for a lot of the time.
All right. Let's see. There he's going for that D-Light again, and that's the second ground pound knockout, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Wess just gets 2 quick ones right in a row. The last stock was down to a gauntlet ground pound, and the one on the right side was also down to a gauntlet ground pound. Lores just not really respecting the possibility of that move coming out. I mean, I know gauntlets got nerfed, and I know that only 63 damage was done by Wess, and it was with 2 ground pounds, but like, you gotta watch out for that move. It was the... It's been in the game for a bit now. It's not a surprise that you could steer it.
I think the timing of it messed Lores up because it seemed like he fast fell to get out of what he originally thought was going to be a ground pound, but then he was like, oh, it's not coming out. That means I need to get back up to the stage. The second he goes for that move, out comes the ground pound a little bit more delayed than he was expecting.
And part of the skill expression of the move as well is, we talked a little bit about this with Boots ground pound, but gauntlets have it as well. Same with the Suri side sig. How long you hold it and when you release it determines when the hurtbox comes out, or the hitbox, and that can change a lot with how your opponent plays around it. Because you could fast fall underneath it expecting it to be released early, and then what do you know? They're still holding it like a maniac. And so there you go down to a ground pound. That weapon throw comes forward. Wess tries to get the D-Light into ground pound, but Lores catches him on the other side and makes it back to the stage.
Now, one thing we're seeing from Wess that I don't think we saw as much from some of the other Tescas today is he's using signatures a lot more.
He's using
earlier
signatures
in the stocks as well.
That other Tescas have not been using.
Yes.
Like success with the down sig there, that was pretty fantastic. Even the body slam over to Lores, and Lores can't make it back. And that, okay. Wess is now my favorite Tesca so far.
Okay. Tell me why.
Finally, active input Sarah at low damage. Finally. I just wanted to see it. It's great. It steers them off the side of the stage. He's using it again. Yep. He's going for it, and he's going for these wake-up gravity cancel sidelights as well. Wess is really being creative with the possibilities that Boots brings out when you use those active inputs. Everybody else is just kind of like, I just want the most damage and the most knockback. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they really stopped doing the active input part of that. Like, once it got nerfed a little bit, so you couldn't just carry someone in yellow.
Before it was like, you got the distance and it was the best knockback.
Yeah.
And now you actually have to think about it. So that's why I'm really interested to see Wess be doing it during the moments in the game where I feel like it's best. But Lores, despite Wess going for that, has brought the game back into a pretty even state. Here's around the time where you really just want to get as much knockback off the Sarah as you can, and Wess has really been...
He's going to get away with it, too.
He's slide charge pivoted that down to a few times this set. Sarah really sending Lores flying. Gauntlet's coming through. Ground pound could come through. Body slam with the down. It goes a little bit beneath the stage if you use it off stage. But that's a great slide on the side stick there. Catches Wess, takes him off the top, and now the lead's in Lores' favor.
Sticking with the bow here, Wess coming in unarmed. The weapon spawn's going to go all the way to the left, but a side light means he can pick up the battle boots quite easily to get back. Ooh. Even from the left side of the stage, sending to the right.
Was very, very damaged, but yeah, quite an impressive knockout there coming out from Wess. Nair and a gravity cancel neutral, expecting to dodge down, I suppose. Another Nair comes through into a recovery, and Wess just keeping Lores in the air. That's awesome. This is the first time I've really seen anybody do that with boots so far. The side light, or side air active input and a gravity cancel side light or down light as a follow-up. Wess really trying to get these strings to work. Laura's generally just like running or dodging past Wess though, and taking advantage of that weakness that boots have, which is just, they just like to keep going forward.
Yeah.
And so you don't really have the options to turn around.
It is interesting to see, even though they're relatively close to one another in terms of damage, Wess looks like he is the more confident player here. Laura is playing on the back foot, on the back foot well, because as you can see in the top right, they are very even. This one is going to be a nail biter, and Lores is going to take it, but there was a lot of time in that game where Wess was running the show. He was the one making moves. The defensive player had to be Lores.
And Lores did a really good job there, especially calling out Wess for the fact that he was just so gun-ho on going in. We're seeing here with that side light that he puts up that down signature, which is a perfect diagonal dodge and punish. He was like, okay, Wess, I know you want to get back to the stage so that you can continue kicking me. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to put an end to that. And Lores brings it right back, taking that game, evening up the set into game 3.
Doesn't end up grabbing that weapon spawn.
No.
It must have started and spawned in right on Lores, and he wasn't able to pick it up in time before he got hit. Now Wess playing at the weapon advantage, goes for the offstage. Lores gets back on, grabs the bow. Look at the spacing that Lores is putting in between him and Wess, trying to keep him at range.
Man, I'm just thinking about, like, Wess playing Tesca. Tesca's kit is so perfect for how hot-headed Wess's playstyle
yes.
is. It's like you're never gonna see Wess waiting for wall slip to activate. He's just gonna go out there, ground pound, weapon throw, goes for the D-light ground pound, doesn't get it. The dare and a ground pound connects as well, and there's just another prime example of it. Wess is just gonna I'm gonna slide charge down 5 times, and if my stock goes away, so be it. That's just how he likes to play, and Tesca, I feel like, embodies that so well here as we're getting into game number 3, and he's just kicking Lores a ton with the nairs, the side lights, the recoveries, everything.
And I think that momentum style of play where you really just want to keep going in the direction of travel and keep that momentum up, keep that velocity up while you're throwing out your moves. I mean, that's also kind of a Lance thing as well, which Wess is known for Lance. That was part of his play style on Lance, and he's able to do that, a similar thing on Battle Boots as well, while also taking the unique properties of Battle Boots and utilizing them.
Oh, man. And now, Lores, however, that defensive play that Lores is bringing out, just that option off of that side light has been working so well. Kaya having that down that covers the ground, and the fact that Wess is just like almost on, like habitually, he is just going back to the ground.
He's go mode. He's trying to stay close to Lores, be right on top of him and put out that pressure. So that signature is like right in that perfect spot.
Yeah, it's just the problem here is that between the two players' playstyles, that down comes in. He gets the down light into the double Sair. Oh my goodness, that's so much damage off of downsing at 0 from Wess.
Yeah, that was 50+ damage. He already put Lores deeper into the yellow, almost into the orange. Is he going to clean up the edge guard here? Wess has nothing but a spot dodge. Second stock gone.
Surely that was gravity cancel side sig. Whatever the case is, huge benefit coming out from Lores there, because a few good strings means that Lores could get Wess into an edge guard scenario. Bow ground pound could be pretty huge here. Side light goes to the down light. Wess finally dodging up instead of down. Avoiding that follow-up coming out from Lores means Lores has a better chance. Wess went for a jump read, finds the Sair. The down light Sair, that's it. And he doesn't need... that's such a great knockout option there with the gravity cancel down light, catching him out. And when the down light hits, as long as you don't use the active input for it, you're going to get that travel up into the air.
Yep.
And the side air is just going to have enough force, even at orange here, right? Like, and Kaya, defensive as a legend, but look at the distance that you're going to get on that.
Yep, and there you see he didn't essentially go down into that grounded mode. That would have happened if he held down on that down line, which is the active input.
So here we go, game 4, Demon Island. We've got Wess repping the Tesca, going up against Lores and Kaya, and it is 2-1. Wess needs one more game to knock Lores out. We're in the elimination bracket here. So here we go into this game number 4. It's been Demon Island the entire time.
Both players on black color scheme the entire time as well. Really going for that camouflage like you were talking about. Lores over on the edge. This makes me worried. Taz, the ground pound
pounds, yeah.
already coming out. We've seen mostly boots from Wess, but he's going to take the first stock here in game 4 with the gauntlets.
He went for the gauntlet ground pounds knowingly into the weapon throw to buffer the Nair after it connects, because Lores, of course, would want to jump past him, grab the weapon, and get back onto stage. The Nair, a perfect reversal for that, and Lores never touched the stage to begin with, just ended up sweating down to the bottom of the stage because he was out of jumps, and Wess takes an early lead here in game number 4.
That's just textbook gauntlet play right there. That's exactly how you should play moments like that on the edge, using that neutral air to reach up as your opponent comes through you, trying to get back over to the wall or over to the stage. He almost hit the wall with the signature, but was able to space it just enough away that he drifts over into the wall, gets away from the signature, but still falls. Lores at about 100 damage deficit, maybe a little bit more than that. There's the D-Light in light we were seeing Lores go for previously. Wess has started to figure out, but he did fall prey to it there.
Oh man, Neutralite's coming through, and Wess with the gauntlets, D-Light into Neutralite, attacking on from Lores. After that last knockout, I feel pretty good for Lores here going into this game number 4. Side air, catches him going back in. There's that boot. He uses that side air active input just to get back to center stage. That time kicks him away. Boots still on here, goes for the sider once more, and an edge guard here could be huge. Waits at the weapon throw, gravity cancel down light, does not connect, and Lores is one. Is it down light down sig? No, went for down light side sig instead.
So now we're seeing him switch things up off of that side light. Before he was going for side light, down light a lot, and Wess was of course dodging because it's not a true combo. Then we saw him go side light into nothing 2 times in a row, and then we saw him go side light into side sig, hoping that Wess was going to be grounded.
Well, and the occasional side light down sig.
That's true as well.
To get the dodge down.
So yeah, he's really changing it up off of that after the side light D-light really wasn't working for him.
Whoa, Wess went for the craziest combo there. Dodges through the weapon throw. Oh, this could be huge. Lores, can he make it back? Balls down, gravity cancel side light, Trace dodges in for the Sarah, and Lores with a Nair, not enough damage just yet, and Wess just trying to get as much extra credit as he possibly can. Dare would be huge here, goes for the pivot dare, Wess goes for the ground pound, and that it can even make it back to the stage after that. He did touch. Oh, he's weaving all the way around, and he was hoping with that down sig he'd get enough distance to touch the stage. I think side sig maybe would have made it, but also if he caught Lores with it, that was curtains. So I respect the risk with that maneuver.
And Lores was there. He was risk averse while still being in the general vicinity, so he could end up punishing the side sig if he was able to touch the wall, but he was far enough away that he wasn't going to get hit if a move ended up coming out from Wess, which it incidentally did, and the game is also going in favor of Wess as he takes it 3-1 over Lores.
Yeah, great gravity cancel downlight side air there coming up from the boots. A bread and butter combo for many weapons in Brawlhalla and for Boots as well there as he catches that landing. Nicely done. And even from the other side of the stage, catches him just jumping away from that weapon spawn, and that sider will do it. Great game coming out from Wess.
I think it's the first stock that really did it. If we can look at the graph back here, look how narrow that first stock is from Lores. That's like maybe a sixth of the game. You have 3 stocks, so ideally you want to go a third of the game on a stock, a third of the game on the stock, a third of the game.
Sure.
He went like